Strength and conditioning is one. Of course, Chris Doyle deserves a lot of credit. Uh, Never mind the fact that he's building the players with who come in here, but he's also helping the players who are already in the NFL. Guys like Marshall Yanda who come back and train and have lockers in there. That rubs off on the younger guys. Obviously, Marshall Yanda comes in. He is one of the gods of the NFL for offensive line play at this point of his career, I think. But also, Chris Doyle builds the guys who come in. There's a keen eye for recruiting also when it comes to linemen. I'm talking about line play mostly because Iowa is known for its line play.
We don't just go in there and lift weights. We have more of a purpose for being in there. We read books with Coach Doyle. They give us a lot of stuff to look into, stuff that could make us better. And then he knows so much about the body and what we need to do to become better football players. And that's why he is the best strength coach, because he knows so much about what he does.
Coach Doyle was adamant about doing things right. And so for me, my particular experience was I struggled right away because I didn't do my form correctly. I would have to scrap all the weight and start from ground zero. He wouldn't let you improve until you did it right. And I think that sort of mentality goes above and beyond just lifting weights with the program. So doing it right, or else you're not going to do it at all.
It's a team game, and Iowa is building its players mostly from the upper Midwest, a lot from the state of Iowa. Alabama is building its players from where football players are from. A lot of speed guys, a lot of athletes from the Southeast. So Iowa recruits there actively. Running back from Alabama in this class, Shadrick Byrd. Running back from Georgia in this class, Tyler Goodson. Iowa's getting down there. It understands that it does need some Southeastern speed with skill position, particularly running back. I think it's smart bombing those types of recruits and doing it the way it needs to. But for most part, every year you're going to see Iowa be built by players from the upper Midwest, Wisconsin, South Dakota sometimes, Minnesota sometimes, but mostly the state of Iowa.
It was a great privilege to be able to play with those guys, and at least as a defensive lineman, the guys that I would bring up would be Eric Steinbach, Robert Gallery. I had tight ends like Clark. And I used to have to train every day as a grunt, really, on the scout team. I had to go against these guys. So that made me better. I'd like to think it made them better, too.
Going against those guys, they push you to want to be better, and they'll push you to want to do things that you've never done before. Like when you're lifting weights against Tristan, you want to lift as much weights as him, and when you're running next to AJ, you want to try to keep up with him because those are the guys at the top, and you want to stick with them.